Olduvai Gorge.
Well, showed you how to do it.
Show us.
Give him books, all they want to do is equal pages. First book is good, they're gonna like it.
We need to sit down. Yes, we're waiting for this gentleman to finish filming.
Pronounced as Olduvai. It's a fabric plant, and the local people, the Maasai normally make ropes from here for the animals. So it grows all over. That's why the site takes the name of the plant. Olduvai, Olduvai. Somebody called it Olduvai instead of Olduvai. The Maasai call it Olduvai. Other people call it Olduvai. But these days also the Maasai call it Olduvai. Well, they used to call it Olduvai. There is evolution of language. Language evolution. So the main structure around here is the gorge, which is 50 kilometers long. The result of a big crack due to faulting, the erosion, deepening and expanding. It is believed that it has been here for the past 100,000 years ago, according to geological investigations. Every structure you can see in front of you is naturally formed because of the erosion. For example, this block here is a residue of erosion. It's known as a castle. It's a symbol for the site. So please take a picture later for memory. It's a symbol. There are more pictures in the museum showing the symbol too. This is just a sample study area for you to see. Otherwise, the whole archaeological site is well over 100 square kilometers. This in the east, between 2 million years ago, and about 100,000. You agree with my speed? Should I reduce it? The second layer, I'm coming up, and the up I come, the younger I grow, and vice versa. The second layer is the gray below the red. This is what is known as volcanic ash down here, not far. It's just representing a whole system of the 100 square kilometers. This is lava, volcanic ash, sorry. This is volcanic ash. It's about 1.5 million years old. Dates have been found by using potassium argon dating system. The third is the red layer, 1 million years. The fourth is the gray stuff on top of the red, 500,000 years. It's represented by the gray stuff on top of this block here, on top of the red color. Where we are, top layer, 100,000 years big fire. It's the stratigraphy. Some of you have been in the museum, seen the wall, stratigraphy, just shown here. See it's physical here, see it's diagrammatical in the museum. The gray matter below the red and on top of the red. Below the red and on top of the red. Of course, having the whole system here. Contains, that is volcanic ash containing chemicals which can preserve bonds for a long time, the silicon compounds. They react with the fossilized bonds. They turn the fresh bonds into fossilized bonds. Therefore, this makes the Olduvai Gorge as the best or a perfect preservator of fossilized bones of animals and people. So representing people and animals once upon a time trapped down there during the time of eruption. You get the case with Pompeii system in Italy. There is the same system like here, but the Pompeii system is far younger, 2,000 years. Where people were in houses, in towns, in villages, we are camouflaged, we are trapped by volcanic eruptions. These days we've got such examples in Japan, in New Zealand, and other volcanic rock land. The fossilized bones represent normal animals and people who are trapped by volcanic eruptions down here. And these people and animals were enjoying a good environment of a lake, just like Lake Manyara today, with its all habitation, with its all natural resources. But all of them have been engulfed, have been devastated, down here surrounded by fossilized bones. So animals and people, we took them in 1913, took them to Berlin Museum for further investigation, displaying purposes for here the museum. This was Professor Kurt Winkler. So this was 1913. In 1928, another guy, known as Dr. Louis Leakey, saw the fossilized bones in Germany. By then he was just a young guy, not like you can see him in the pictures now. This is some 20 years ago. But in 1928, Louis Leakey a young archaeologist, saw the fossilized bones in Germany. He was born in Kenya with British origin, therefore in Germany he was just studying. In 1928, he saw the fossilized bones, and after that, he being an archaeologist, he was interested to know the site from where the fossilized bones were coming. So he came down here in 1931. In the orientation rooms, this shows you he's driving an old hog from road coming down here, an old car, truck. So he came down here in 1931, led by scientists who had been here with Kurt Winkler, and he was joined later by his wife Maria Leakey, and they stayed here for a long time, more than 40 years for Louis Leakey, more than 50 years for Maria Leakey, and the works which they have been doing will be shown in the museum, are found in the museum. So please go into details for those who have enough time. The Leakey is an animal fossilized bones associated with stone tools somewhere. And in 1959, they came across their first major discovery they called Zinjanthropus or Australopithecus. It's a cranial bone or part of a cranial bone of somebody living down here about 1.75 million years back. They also came across such guys like Homo habilis, Homo erectus, primitive Homo sapiens, and what we call Zinjanthropus or Australopithecus, the second mention. Okay? Most of them are not here. Most of this stuff are casts. But we put a few originals of elephant hip bones and others in the glass blocks. Otherwise, most of the stuff down at the discovered from here can be found in Nairobi. It can be dressed in Nairobi and Dar es Salaam museums for those who are going there or will be going on there. We got yet another site known as Laetoli. Laetoli is important for its footprints, just like here is important for its fossilized bones. The footprints at Laetoli mark the earliest people in the world, walking on 2 feet some 3.5 million years ago, and this is known as bipedalism, walking on 2 feet. Here's what we're walking on this volcanic tuff, leaving their traces behind them, and these are still seen today, having been laid down there some 3.5 million years back, and this is according to potassium argon dating system. They are covered. How they were made, discovered, and preserved or conserved, please go to the Laetoli room in the museum. This will give you the details. But the footprinters have been known as Australopithecus afarensis, and the government of Tanzania is taking the site at Laetoli as its monument, and therefore it is taking care of it very much. For example, it is good for measures, cleaning the site, cleaning everything, eradicating everything, including roots of vegetation which can jeopardize the site in general, the footprints in general, and they are covered. And the local people, the Maasai, are educated in order for them not to tamper with the site, and there are people who are taking care of the site. Get details about this in the museum, please. Otherwise, researches are still going on by other groups of people or scientists. After the Leakey's discoveries down here, Louis Leakey died in 1972 in London, and his wife, Mary Leakey, passed away in Nairobi in 1996. So we've got a group known as OLAP. OLAP means Olduvai Landscape Archaeological and Paleoanthropological Group, normally coming down here every July, August, December, and January. Actually, we're expecting them this month. They constitute different universities from different areas, universities all over the world. They normally come down here during that time because it's time for holidays.